Welcome back to another episode of Power Pellet Podcast. Today is May 14th. It's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I am your co-host, Jay Terry, a.k.a. Da Vinci. I'm over here with...
I am Akimbo Merck, a.k.a. Danny T, also known as the Muse Hunter on Twitter, just so in case y'all was wondering.
Go ahead and give them your official Twitter address where they can reach you at.
Well, for the show, it is Power Pellet Podcast. You can always do a search for that. But the actual Twitter name is Power Pellet Pod C, the letter C. So that's the best way to find me. Find the show, and then if you're going to find me, I am Muse Hunter, M-U-S-E Hunter. So go ahead.
You can reach me on Twitter, DAVENCH. TUNENAMI, Da Vinci Tunami. Man, it's been a while. I apologize. We back at it.
It's all his fault.
It's all my fault. I take blame. Okay.
All his fault. But we still in the beta phase, so we get a pass.
Beta. We're gonna be in beta till like 2018, I think, at this point.
Right.
I know what I've been gaming, man. What you been playing, man? What's in your system?
A couple of things, man. I've been playing. I just kind of give you a rundown of the last 3 games because ain't much changed. Of course, I've been playing my Grand Theft Auto. That's
the go-to.
Right, that's my go-to because there's still so much to do in there. Been playing a little 2K14, 13 actually. My nephew came and stayed the weekend with me, so him and I like the game, go at each other. So
did they update the roster on that? Do you get the 2014 roster on the 13?
Nah. You know what's great about that, man, is you have users that'll go out and they'll keep updated rosters that you can download. And so that's all we did. Went out there, found a roster, made the player move that needed to be made. And it's pretty cool. What's cool about it, somebody else did it, so it's not like I made my own roster and hooked up the players I wanted to use so I could take them out there and cheat.
Right.
It's based off of somebody else did. And so in the last game, or the other game I've been playing was The Last of Us, which I haven't been back to in a while, but I found a nice little surprise when I got there.
Was it they had an update, right?
Yeah, they did. They had an update, and they have they've added some new weapons, which was kind of crazy. Some of the weapons they added a double barrel shotgun, they added a new handgun, and then a new automatic rifle. They also added the thing that's called a launcher. It's kind of like I can't think of the name of it, but anyway, it lets you launch rockets and stuff across the map. So that's pretty cool. But
so you call it a rocket launcher?
No, and my mind is running the blank right now because I know what it is because I use it all the time in Battlefield 3, but I can't think of it.
Did they say anything yet as far as on The Last of Us, if you be able to carry your saves over to the PS4 version or not? Have you heard anything on that?
I haven't heard anything about them porting it. What I think they're going to do for the online player with that is they're going to let you bring over your online players. That's just a matter of rank and gear and stuff like that. They're going to have to recreate anyway. So I can see them doing that. But yeah, so new guns. New clothes, of course. New skills. You can now run faster, crawl faster.
Did that make a difference in the gameplay? Did it feel different?
The guns you felt right away because you were dying quicker. As far as moving faster and running faster, The Last of Us is not Call of Duty. It's not a game where you want to get out there and sprint to the first person you see and pull out your gun, and if you win, you win. Now, this is a game you want to slow down, be calculating. You want to make sure you're with your teammates again. If not, you're going to run out there and get your head chopped off.
Because it's supposed to have that feel to it, right? That I haven't really dove into the multiplayer on The Last of Us, but it's got that is it not stop and pop? I know they do that for like action games, but this is more stealthy though, right?
This is all about stealth.
Yeah, so you creeping and crawling, taking your time, you being methodical.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. And it's about teamwork. And this is what makes this game so good is teamwork. This is a game that you want all the bad people on your Call of Duty team to play because if you go out there by yourself trying to be a hero, you're gonna get caught by yourself and get beat up, smacked in the head with a bat or a board, and it's gonna be over. So that's it, man. What's in your system?
Back catalog. I'm trying to play everything I got left on the 360 so I can finally get rid of that. And on the PS3, I got 2 games left on the PS3. I've been playing Metro Last Light, which is it's a first person shooter, and it's got some stealth. It's got a stealth element to it though. First person shooter, and you can go and take all the lights out, and you know all the guys you trying to take out, they'll pull out flashlights, and you got a little meter on your wrist.
Oh, that's cold-blooded.
Yeah, and you got a meter on your wrist, and the meter will tell you if you're in light or not. It kind of gives you the heads up. But that's tight, man. At first, I turned it on. I didn't like it. I was like, turned the game on, and I don't want to tell a story. I'm not a big fan of telling stories unless I feel like everybody done kind of seen this type of story. So with this game, it's a little different. So
what hit you right away that gave you that feeling like, I don't like this? Now, don't tell the story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what else hit you like that?
Well, the game is set in a post-apocalyptic Moscow. It's based on a novel that was written a while ago called Metro 2033.
Okay.
It was written actually by a Russian author. And you wake up and it's not like it's like these monsters but they're almost like supernatural.
Okay.
So you wake up in this tunnel, and there's you and these 3 other guys, and y'all kind of talking, and then you look down the tunnel, you can't really see anything, but you start to see these flashes of these monsters come towards you, and they're making these sounds.
All right.
And it's right when the game jump off. And next thing you know, you shooting at the monsters, you get turned around one way, you shooting at the monster, and then you turn back the other way. What you thought were monsters were actually your buddies that you were down in the tunnel with.
You telling the story now, though.
Spoiler
alert.
But this the first 5 minutes of the game, and then it just draws. Like the next 15, 20 minutes is slow. They put you in this camp. You meet this guy, and this guy's taking you to go talk to he's pretty much like the colonel of the camp, the general.
So it's like story, it's character development at this point. They have to set the scene.
It's the worst type of character development ever.
Okay, so they got to set some stuff up, though.
It's slow, though. Like, everything that happens after that point, as far as I've gotten so far, everything that's happened after that point has nothing to do with what takes place during the main story while you playing. You meet this chick, they send y'all out on a mission, you go outside, and you kill a couple of these monsters. And then eventually they end up putting you in jail. I don't want to say why. They end up putting you in jail, and you meet up with this other guy, and y'all are basically trying to break out. And that's when they introduce the stealth element of the game. And that's when they show you, okay, you could turn this light off. You could, stealth kill these guys from behind. And if you get caught, they set the alarm off, and you got a bunch of people coming out trying to get you. But it's all within sections. So if you get caught in a section, it doesn't affect you when you advance to a different part of the map.
Well, that sounds like Metal Gear Solid to me in a sense.
It's not as
clean.
No. It's more. What is that Sam Fisher game?
It's right there in my face. Yeah. Man, and I love that game, man. When it first came out, that game was revolutionary.
Siphon
Filter. No.
Splinter Cell. Trust me.
What's Siphon Filter then?
Siphon Filter was the third-person action shooter on PS2.
The Siphon Filter was raw. The second one was raw.
Siphon Filter was nice. This has got that. It's not Splinter Cell in the sense that you this agent, you know what I'm saying, and you working for, the CIA or something like that. But this has got that stealth concept like Splinter Cell does, where you can go in guns blazing, or you can creep through the map and methodically take out the guys as you progress through the story. So I was getting down on that. I didn't like it at first. I'm like, I'm gonna give it a try. Let me give it an hour.
Okay, so the story was dragging. That's why you didn't like it.
It was dragging like 2 dead bodies in a tight garbage bag.
When did it switch though? When did it switch? What made you go from okay, this
when
all right?
When you ended up in the camp in the jail with this guy, and then the guy was like, we got to break out, and I was like, all right, let's go. Let's go. And then action picked up. You get all the guns, the bullets that you use can be used for currency later on in the game. So like they tell you, don't burn all your bullets right away. You guys was like, trade in bullets. You can get this gun, this upgrade for that gun. You could upgrade your guns. You could tell the game was made for the PC,
right? Because
of just the way the menus pop up and the different options and stuff like that. But it looked good and it controlled good too. I was using the PS4 controller on the PS3 instead, and it looked and felt real good. So I was getting down on that. I got that to finish on the PS3.
Hold on, before you move forward, you can use the PS4 controller for your PS3.
Yeah, certain games. Not Grand Theft Auto as of right now is probably the only game I found where you couldn't do it.
And how do you do that? Is it just like syncing it up?
You just you hook it up. Yeah, you hook it up with USB. I actually went to monoprice.com. Went online, monoprice.com, ordered me two 15-foot micro USB cords. And it was like $11. They shipped it to the house for like $11.
Okay.
So I could sit so you to reach on the couch and boom, right there, PS4 controller in hand. You could switch the triggers. It just
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Yeah.
So it was real easy to play that game that way.
Right. Okay.
And then on the Xbox, oldie but a goodie, Portal 2. I was playing Portal 2.
Right. Now, it's just two of those, right? It's not a Portal 3 out there.
You got a Portal 1, which was on the Orange Box collection with the Half-Life 2 game and the Team Fortress game. They was all in the package. And then they came out with Portal 2 as its own game. And in Portal 1, you had like 20 puzzle missions that you go through. With this one, in Portal 2, you got the 20, and then the storyline switches up. I think this, outside of South Park, is some of the best writing in the video game that I've heard.
Man, I can remember watching you play Portal, and I was just bored. I was literally
because you weren't playing though.
Yeah, because you weren't playing. I was close enough to watching you play where
it's not the same.
Let me put this hole in the wall and jump through it and get to the other side of this wall.
It's not the same.
You know what?
It's not what you think. It's a game you have to play. You cannot sit back and watch somebody play that game and be like, I gotta play it. It's not that kind of game.
Exactly, because I wasn't like, I gotta play it. You know what it looked like? It reminded me of God of War without Kratos. All these puzzles I gotta solve, but then ain't no hacking and slashing, ain't no monsters coming after me. It's just this smart ass robot talking about me.
Because everything in Portal 2 explains why you're there. I can see what you're saying. In Portal 1, the storyline, the writing was good in Portal 1. It was you and it was GLaDOS. In this one, it's you again and GLaDOS to a certain extent, but they flip it on you. They tell why this whole GLaDOS system exists, what was really the main purpose of why you're in this mega giant building, everything. The story is really good. The writing is excellent. This is like, I'm telling you, when I say like some of the best writing in video game, and like everything that the characters say in the game has a purpose. Every exact line. No line is wasted, and it's funny. That's another thing. I can't tell you what she says because it ruins the jokes. Yeah, right. But if I could recommend anything just to kind of just rent or go buy for like $10, pick it up, try it. Portal 2. It's a first person shooter. It's a puzzle game, and it's long. This one I think is about twice as long as the first game.
Okay.
And you definitely get to a couple puzzles where you outthink yourself. You're like, man, I can't do this. And I'm looking at that and I see this is my only option where I can shoot this portal to get over across to this bridge. And you spend like 15, 20 minutes and you go look it up on YouTube and he do it in like 30 seconds. And you like,
I hate that.
Oh,
no.
I
hate that,
you like, see, but it keep going. The load time is short. I appreciated the short load times. Real good game. Real good game. Okay. And like I said, I think it's like probably like $10, $15 if you pick it up from GameStop used.
I'm glad you mentioned that, man. I was, I get emails from GameFly and I get them from GameStop, and they got the latest games. Man, now is the time. This was the time I've been waiting on for all those games I missed, and that came out, them blockbusters that I passed up. Maybe because 4 or 5 games come out that you really like and they're $60 each, and who got that type of money to just run out and buy them? That was the time because they're out there for $7.99, $9.99,
and not only that, buy two get one free.
Right.
It you know what? Like I saw a comment on I think it was Twitter where somebody said if you were into video games but you were a console generation behind. So think about that, right? So like Xbox and PS4 just released their new consoles, and you were like, in your mind, you were just able to get a hold of the 360 and the PS3, but you had that entire library available to you. It would be like the most amazing time to be a gamer. And I was like, damn, you're right.
Yeah.
Because all the good games, dirt cheap.
Right.
They all dirt cheap.
Right. And dirt cheap.
You got classics. You had some of the best games in history out of that last console generation. You had a lot of hits.
Listeners, listen. I have a confession to make. I have not played 1 second of BioShock. Not one. And there's 3 of them out there. And I've heard these are some must-play games, some cold-blooded games. I have not played 1 second.
Wait, you know what? Shame on you because that was a PlayStation Plus game that I got for free that otherwise, like you, I wouldn't have played it. BioShock Infinite was free on the PlayStation Plus, and I beat it. And I was like, man, that storyline was good.
Right.
Storyline was good. The controller was it was a little funky. It wasn't the gunplay wasn't as slick as on Call of Duty as a first person shooter.
Right.
Everything around it though, the atmosphere was good. I think the character development was good. The back and forth you had with that, the storyline and how it ended. It took a long time to get there, but it paid off. Cause you're like, whoa, like wait a minute, cause you're trying to figure out who these characters really are, where did they come from, why are they going through what they're going through, and then and in the end, when you see what happens, you like, okay, it paid off. It paid off.
You got
the sound.
Right.
The sound was, man, if you got 5.1 surround sound system, crank it, turn it up, the guns pop, boom, and it's other things that go on in the game with the sound. It just is real good, man. It's real good. So
I'm gonna do that, man. I'm gonna what I want to do. I'm trying not to confession time. I'm trying not to go out and just spend a bunch of money on video games because I'm trying to get my PlayStation 4. And again, let me take a moment here to make an announcement for the Kimbo Merck Kickstarter Fund.
We are taking your $1 donation. For $1, you too can support your fellow gamer.
Yes. Let's get Kimbo Merck out of poverty. Let's get him out of the last generation of video game consoles. Look. We are the gaming world. We are the gaming children. He need a PS4. We cannot let this man continue to suffer like this. Please, people, if you're out there and you're listening, please donate to the Kimbo Merck PlayStation 4 Fund.
For 5 cents an hour, you too can support your fellow gamer.
Right.
But you know what though? Here's my rule of thumb. Brand new fresh console. Catalog ain't really that great right now. We only like 6-7 months in. I still right now don't think it's that dire need, that great rush to run out and grab the console right away just so you don't feel left out of the conversation.
You make a good point.
I think there's no need for that now. What's coming down the pipe in the next 6 months, then you're going to be like, damn, why I ain't get that console? But
hold on. In the next 2 weeks, now, all my friends that I'm playing with on PS3, a lot of them have PlayStation 4s, man, and they've went out and they've played Battlefield 4 or Ghost, or they've played that Last Son or Second Son or whatever, and they've come back, man, let's run some of this Last of Us. Man, let's run some more of this GTA. Now, they've been giving me warnings. Kimbo, hey, when that Watchdog come, we out. I'm like, don't leave me.
I don't see it.
When the Watchdog come, we gone, man. And it's coming out in 2 weeks.
I don't have that feeling in my stomach. I don't have that feeling. Not about Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs, to me, I think that name and that brand has been tarnished by this delay, regardless of if they fixed it and they cleaned it up. I think so, man. There's nothing about it.
I disagree.
Okay, so what about that game? $60 that you want to spend on it right now? Go.
Here's what this game looks like to me. Number one seller for me is in Chicago or in a Chicago-like city. I've yet to see a video game do Chicago right. I don't even understand why Rockstar never did Chicago. They were just missing a gold mine.
A mobster GTA game would have been crazy in Chicago.
Could you imagine that in Chicago? Even going back to like the 20s, and Al Capone's type character.
Exactly.
Oh, that would have been mind-blowing, man. But that's the first sell. The second selling point for me is the fact that I can hop in a friend's game and hack him, you know what I mean, without him knowing it until I hack him, and then he got to chase me. I think that's cold-blooded. That's just fun to me because I love multiplayer more than I like single-player games. The other thing I like is I've been watching some of the videos, looking at the cars, looking at the cities, looking at the liveliness of the city. Now, everybody knows, if you listen to the show, that I'm a big GTA fan. But what GTA misses is the number of buildings that you can actually go into and interact with. And when you watch some of the trailers for this game, you can see him running through actual like a 7-Eleven, grocery store, whatever, interacting with it. That's what I like. That's what I want to see. To me, this is the prelude to what GTA should be when it hit the fore. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see with Watch Dogs. So those are my selling points, man.
So you within the next 3 days, you got or the next 3 weeks, you got Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Mm-hmm.
That's on May 20th. You got Watch Dogs on May 27th.
Right.
And then you have Murder Soul Suspect.
I don't even know what that is.
That's what I was kind of getting to, right? So within the next 3 months' time, or within the next month's time, you got 3 games coming out on the PS4. None of those games are coming out on the Xbox One.
Yay!
What?
I mean, darn.
Wait. I'm on the Gamefly.com website and I'm looking at the. Oh, all right. Let me rephrase that. Okay. All right. I apologize. I was like, it was on the feature titles. It wasn't on the. I was looking at the wrong list. It was, all right. They both coming out on the. They're coming out on both the systems, but.
Okay.
What do you spend your $60 on? Which one do you pick? So if you got the new console and you got nothing else out there right now, what are you hungry for? You want the first person shooter with the Wolfenstein, which also comes with it comes with access to the new Doom beta. You got a lot of Doom heads clamoring for that. So
why? The last Doom was terrible. Why are you clamoring for this game? The last iteration of Doom
was that Doom 3?
I don't know what it was.
So.
There was one that got me scared. I remember playing that one. That got me scared. I was
Doom 3.
Yeah, Doom. Let me tell you, Doom 3 was amazing. So I'm in Trigger Rick's basement. Got the lights
Doom
down.
3. Yep.
Trigger Rick got a great sound system down there, and it's like maybe 2-3 in the morning. The house quiet. It's just me and Doom. Oh my gosh, dog.
Yeah. I turned it back on. I turned the game. I turned Doom 3 back on 2 weeks ago. Now that you bring it up. And the lighting was good. The lighting was real good.
The lighting was amazing.
The lighting it set a real mood. It was dark in the right places.
Right.
The control was just off, man. The control now, not back then, but now.
Okay.
The control was off, and I hate to go back to it, but it make you realize how good Call of Duty has.
Right.
How hard they worked on getting the controllers accurate and just feeling smooth and crisp, and something about the Doom, and it just made me turn it off. I was like, damn, I really want to play this game. I want to get back into it just to try it again, but control
Doom was sweet.
off.
Doom was sweet, man. I beat it, but the one after that came out. Oh, maybe I'm thinking about Duke Nukem. I apologize. I'm thinking about Duke Nukem. That was terrible.
Okay. Nah, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, I apologize, gamers. Duke Nukem was the one that was terrible. Horrible ratings, but
you know what? So you got Wolfenstein, Watch Dogs, and you got Murder Soul Suspect. Murder Soul Suspect is the game where you get killed, and in the game you come back as a ghost, and you're using other people to figure out who your killer is.
Didn't they try that? Didn't they just try that with what's the girl from Ellie? Not they favor Ellie out for from The Last of Us.
Well, no, she was in the game. She herself is able to communicate with the ghost, and that ghost she could control and manipulate. That game didn't do too good. This is different. You're actually this guy.
Ellen Page. That's what I'm talking about. What was her game? That game she was in.
I didn't play it. It didn't get too good reviews. Everybody was kind of saying it wasn't, all it was hyped up to be.
Right, Beyond Two Souls is the name of that game.
Yeah.
I heard it didn't get good reviews. So this is not like that.
No, okay. this you are him, and you can manipulate people to do certain things for you. You can't really touch anything. You can't reach out, grab a door, open the door. I
heard about this game.
You got to manipulate the environment yourself using other characters.
Okay.
To figure out and solve your own murder.
So it's a puzzle. It's got
buzz to it.
It's a puzzle game, and I remember seeing a review about this game or preview about it. I got to applaud the creators of that game because they're doing something different, man. They're stepping out and they're trying something new, and they may not hit a home run the first time out. They might get a double or a triple, but I applaud them for doing something innovative. Is that the right word?
It is. I think it is, and it's a little refreshing to what else is out there available as a player. So,
right.
Let's go ahead and we take a quick little break. We come back and then we get into a little bit of news. It was a little bit of announcements that came out that that people was kind of hyped for. So we'll be back in a second. Welcome back. I'll let you go first, man. What you got on the news and rumors?
Man, I mean, we was kind of hitting on it, what I'm saying, by mistake, I guess. Before we left the break, man, there's let me go with my bread and butter. Some DLC for Grand Theft Auto dropped this week. It's called the High Life package. It gave you the ability to get a second apartment.
Now, what's the big deal about that? So I know you was telling me about it last time.
How you want me to give it to you? You want me to give it to you now, or you want me to give it to you in a rant? Because
yeah, okay, we go rant. We go rant on it.
So I'm gonna give you the news, and then I'm gonna rant about it later.
Okay.
So it gave you the ability to buy a second property, which is huge because now you can get more than 10 cars. If you're at a place that had 10 cars, you can buy a second one. That'll hold 10 cars, and they got garages that holds various. So that's really the biggest thing. Of course, they dropped some more clothes, more guns, and they dropped more cars, 3 new cars. So it's just another update to what's already out there. I'm gonna leave it at the news portion, and you know what I'm saying, and keep it moving. But that's really it. What else you got as far as news?
They announced Sledgehammer is coming out with their 3-year development cycle Call of Duty game. Is it Advanced Warfare? I think I'm saying that right. Mm-hmm. And man, the trailer, I'm excited again. They got me, dog.
I haven't seen it yet.
You gonna make me stop the podcast so you can go watch the trailer and come back. They got me, man.
What got you though? Hold on before you run out here and give these people more of your money because
I've never
what people got you.
I've never complained about Call of Duty's single player campaign. Yeah, sometimes the story is you get it a little misconstrued. You can't really figure out who you chasing. You know you chasing somebody that ain't right.
Because you'd have been in 3 countries in 3 minutes. But go ahead.
But on this one, man. You know exactly who the bad guy is, and it's Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
So
have
you been watching House of Cards?
No, I haven't been watching it. I know what show you're talking about, but I haven't been watching it.
Okay.
I know his character, but I haven't been watching.
Dog, he bring it in the trailer for the new Call of Duty, man. He bring it. Everything that they's doing in the trailer is definitely advanced warfare. They got, it's not new to the game, but they got air drones. You got remember the movie Elysium where Matt Damon put on that? Yeah, they got suits like that in the game. You got to watch the trailer, man. You got to watch the trailer.
Listen, watch my face. Big yawn. You have not told me anything new that's going to make me run out.
Okay.
And get Call of Duty. So you got to sell me. Go.
We about to do the trailer challenge. Look, we going to do this live on the podcast. I need you, all my listeners, if you had a computer or, if you got it on the cell phone, you download the podcast on the cell phone. And we're going to do this with Akimbo Merc at the same time. Go to YouTube. We're going to live blog your trailer reaction. Go to YouTube.
We're going to live blog my trailer reaction. Wow.
Search Call of Duty Kevin Spacey trailer. I'll talk while you do it.
I got it. All right, I'm going to play it right now.
You're going to play it right now? Okay.
Will they hear it if I play it?
If you turn it up a little bit, it could be heard.
Okay. Well, I'm not turning it up, so y'all need to go look and find it.
Give commentary during the trailer, though. That way they can kind of see.
Okay. All right, here we go. It's rolling.
Little play-by-play. Dead silence, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize.
Dead silence.
Little radio silence. Sorry about that.
Okay. I like Kevin Spacey. He came out right with it. Okay.
It looked better too. The game looked way better than the last version.
Yeah,
graphics
it looked
is real
pretty.
clean. It's real clean.
So far, it looks like Call of Duty.
But that's not a bad thing, though. That's not a bad thing.
So right now, I have not seen anything that looks different than the last two games, modern games they came out with.
It looks a lot, man. It's different, man. I'm sold.
I'm seeing some toys in here that I like. I see. To me, it looked like they tried to go out and steal the district. Some of their tech from the district that's coming out.
Okay, because I think he's like a military arms dealer. I think he's a military arms dealer in this, and here's the thing with Call of Duty that I enjoy. And what I want out of a video game. Okay. So I'm expecting Call of Duty to be like cream of the top. Give me cream of the crop. Give me the best first person action shooter you can. Give me that excitement, right? Give me that Michael Bay of video games.
Stop right there, because I'm sitting here watching this trailer, and I'm gonna tell you what I've seen. I've seen Transformers. All right. I've seen some turtles in here. I think I saw a turtle fly into a truck. All right. I saw the last Call of Duty Modern Warfare that came out. I saw The District. I think that's the name of the game that's coming out, right? The District?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Division,
Tom Clancy's
Division.
Thank you. I saw the Division technology in here, so they done stole that. I have not seen anything in here that is new. What I've seen here is another movie. Seriously, this is...
Is that a bad thing, though?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
I'm not worried about multiplayer. Just strictly single player.
Okay.
Give me the 6 to 8 hour chunk.
Okay.
Is everything that you saw in this movie, right? In this Die Hard, number 13 movie that they got coming out. Is that a bad thing?
I'm gonna tell you what it's like.
A couple clip points real quick, and I'm gonna let you have it. You know who the villain is. It's clear who the villain is. I think that's a big change because every Call of Duty I've played, who is Romanov, Shavasov, Kolokov? Like
some Russian dude, right?
Yeah, like unless you fighting somebody in the Middle East or it's World War II and you fighting, the Germans or whoever, where it's clear cut. Like the Modern Warfares and what was the one before Ghost?
The Black Ops?
Yes. Black Ops 1 and 2, I didn't know who I was fighting against. I really didn't get it. And until Ghost last year came out, and I was like, okay, I know who I'm going after. And that's what I like about this one. I like the idea that they introducing just new weaponry. Give me this mechanical suit that I might be able to run faster, jump higher, other stuff. Give me the drones. Give me more of the high tech gear. I like all of that. None of that. I could see from you. You used to play Call of Duty a lot, and now you a big Battlefield fan. So I could see where it's like, this ain't go really. This doesn't look like it'll get me back in the fold. But you got to look at it from my aspect, where you play a ton of multiplayer. I play a ton of single player. Give me all the bells and whistles that's going to make me essentially come back 6 months later to play this game. You hyping this game up now, and it's going to release in November. You got to give me something to come back. Because the gameplays never fail me. I've never picked up a Call of Duty and said, "Yo, this controller don't feel right. This gun's stupid." It's always just been the storyline is just real. It either moves too fast, or it's not really telling you who you really trying to go after and kill. That villain was never that strong. And I think with Kevin Spacey being that front man as a villain, for me, I'm a fan, and I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I'm gonna go spend $60 again.
Okay, now I had this conversation. I agree with everything you just said. Now I'm gonna disagree with, not disagree, but present it from a different angle. My buddy and I last night were having a very similar argument about Grand Theft Auto. I told him he was complaining about the DLC, which I'm gonna rant about later, and I told him, I said, but wait, I said you went out and spent $60 and you got a great single player game. Anything after that was gravy. That was dessert. That was extra. You know what I mean? It's like finding that piece of something in your tooth and getting an extra little,
the last
like
little crumb.
Yeah, like an extra little piece of bacon. And it was that's what the multiplayer was. And I see that in the Call of Duty. It's like I even went and played the little Black Ops 2. I've been playing that here and there in the last couple of weeks too, just because I was kind of missing the action of it. I see this trailer. The trailer looks great. It looks like a movie. The fact that they got Kevin Spacey in it, there seems like there's big production behind it to make the single player a great experience. Nothing wrong with that. The game looks beautiful. The explosions. Michael Bay is clearly directing this video game. I think it looks great. Now, here is my concern. How long is this game going to be? Is this going to be a game that's 8 hours long, 4 hours long? And that my concern is I don't want to pay $60 to see a 4-hour movie and then sit there and be like, well, I'm supposed to be satisfied. So that leads me to my next part. Let me finish. Multiplayer. And this is where Call of Duty has repeatedly failed, I think, after Modern Warfare 2. This is the multiplayer is where they failed, because what they've done is try to introduce little twists and turns, little trinkets, little bitty things to kind of shake up what they've already been doing. And in doing so, I think they lost their path. I think they lost the essence of the multiplayer game. And my concern with this is I want more than just after I beat this game, I want something else. And when you Call of Duty and you set the standard for yourself, they haven't been able to reach it again in their multiplayer experience. That's my only concern about this. Now, you pay Kevin Spacey big money, you got big production behind it. You better do something different with your multiplayer, because I don't care how good your single player experience is. After that, people are going straight online. Some people going online the minute they take it out the wrapper. And if you haven't done anything fresh and new there, your game is going to be considered a failure. Just gonna be honest with you.
I think what's happening is, I got 2 points. I think what's happening is Call of Duty almost has that John Madden EA Sports effect, right?
Great comparison. Yeah.
Where you've raised the bar so high, you are now no longer competing with anybody else. You're competing with yourself.
Yeah.
So for me, and this will go into the next point. When a big blockbuster summer movie, I go to watch it at the IMAX. On average, it's 2 hours long. I've paid $15, right?
For the ticket.
Right.
Okay.
$15 for a 2-hour movie. most Call of Duty games I've been getting through in about 7 hours, right?
Okay.
So that kind of equates out to me paying about $45-$60.
I can see that.
Equal time. That's how I look at it, because it's a movie experience on an IMAX level that I'm interacting in.
That you can interact with.
Yep. So for me, I've literally, in my mind, mentally making this purchase is single player, and I'm getting exactly what I want. Okay. And everything after that, multiplayer. Yeah, I might pick it up once a week, get around in.
So that's your popcorn. That's your popcorn and your candy.
It is. And from my point of view as a single player, I see the multiplayer, and it doesn't have to impress me, because I was kind of born and came up in gaming as single player games.
Right.
They hold the torch on what commands my purchases.
Okay.
So when I saw this big $200-300 million blockbuster trailer, just the new G.I. Joe, just the new Transformers, X-Men, blah, 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 come get it. And I'm like, I may not be there on midnight, but I'm going to be there, though.
I'll be there in the morning.
I'm paying $60. It just looks exciting, man. It just looks fun. And if it's got me for the 6 to 8 hours, I'm good. In my opinion, it equates to, paying $15 for the 2-hour experience at the IMAX. I'm sold. So I'm not complaining about it. And on the flip side, I can 100% agree with you as far as what they've done with multiplayer, where they haven't had big innovations in it.
Thank you. They look confused now, man. They're literally closing their eyes, throwing stuff at the dartboard. They don't know what they want to do. And what I would have asked them to do is go back to where you started. Go back to Modern Warfare 2. You did it right. Look at what you did right.
What did you like in that one that you feel like they not doing in the new ones? Because for me, I honestly wouldn't know where they could take it next.
I don't. Sometimes you got to go back to where you started, man. What I think they've done with is they've given you too many options. All right. So after Modern Warfare 2, they started adding all these different perks, all these different options with your gun and your character, and you can custom. There comes a time where there's too many customizations to your game, and trying to make your character so unique from everybody else. You have overpowered characters, you have underpowered characters. We're not going to talk about the quick sniping, because I can go a whole show on quick sniping. They got away from the essence of Call of Duty, which was me against you. If I got my gun up first, I got you. Or if I did something stealthy, I got you.
Where it's more tactical. It's not.
Yes.
It's not whoever's been playing longer and they got the more beefy or whatever.
They're
more vested, so they're gonna win more.
You got more stuff.
I can agree with that, because I hate turning a multiplayer game on and you got people who done been there for 40 plus hours, and I just the matches, because they're uneven, because they might be in a group or a clan and they running together, and the game ain't fun. It's not fun.
For me, sometimes that's a challenge, because I want to knock them dudes off their pedestal.
If you were rank 1 against a 39, that's a challenge.
That's my competitive nature, because I feel like, okay, your gun against my gun, I feel like I'm quicker. I'm going to beat you to the punch. The problem is, now you got all this stuff unlocked, extra armor. You got X-rays so you can see around corners. Now it's not really about me anymore. It's about the tech that you have and the equipment that you have. You've taken the win out of my hands.
You just gave me an idea.
Okay.
What if in Call of Duty, if you were a level 39, right?
Right.
And after I was a level 5, I've gained this hack perk, right? They call it a hack perk, whatever. I killed you. Now, I run over to your body, and I should be able to hack your character and his abilities and be able to steal one. Not all of them, just pick one. But the catch is, it takes so long for me to hack you, right? So if while I'm hacking you, somebody kill me, I lose the opportunity to pick up what you dropped down because I killed you.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had a perk like that already. But here's the problem with Call of Duty: the minute I shoot you, somebody is shooting me. You just do not have time to do that. It's just too fast paced of a game to do it. I just think that they need to actually look. I love your guns being customized, like the colors and the grips and all that stuff. I think some of that stuff is great. I love the fact that you can customize your characters. All that is great because that stuff right there to me is not really affecting the outcome of a game. You know, if you use a scope, cool. If you don't, you don't. You got a handle, you don't, cool. It's the perks that's driving me nuts. That's where I think they've gone too far. Was the perks. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's hurting this game.
Do they allow you to create a room and go perk free?
You can create a room and do anything you want to do in it. I mean, again, they have every customization you have. Now, it's a personal room. You're not going to be able to go online and bring other people in unless they're on your friends list. You know what I mean? And you know them. But as far as like their servers, heck no.
Okay, so they right. So it's basically locked down as far as okay, like making a room and then letting whoever you want come in the room and play it. Can you do that on Battlefield though? Can you go on Battlefield, create you a room, and then say none of this fluff, just straight up whatever gun you got, that's it?
In Battlefield, they did let you create your own server, or rent servers as they called it. I think the only thing you could really do was adjust the amount of kills, the time you spent on the level, and then the rotation of the maps. But everything else, you really couldn't adjust. But Battlefield didn't have a balance problem. Battlefield didn't have all these perks. You know what I mean? Battlefield, and that's why I made that switch from Call of Duty to Battlefield, because it's real warfare to me. Ain't nobody out there running around with
no running gun. I watched y'all play a little bit of the Battlefield, and I'm looking, and I'm I come from the Halo mentality. I'm running gun all day, and I look at Battlefield. I see you shooting at this little tiny pixel dot on the screen, and all of a sudden you get a couple points, and I'm like, yo, I didn't even see anything back there. I'm not playing. But you know what's crazy is I could sit back and I could watch y'all play that game, and I'm in amazement. I'm like, damn, I want to play, but I can't. But I know that's because I haven't bought into it. I didn't put the time in it to, I can't. It's, to me, Battlefield isn't pick up and play. You got to be vested in it. But it seems like anybody who becomes vested in Battlefield,
enjoy it.
They don't want to go back.
You will enjoy it because the toys you get besides the game, besides your guns, tanks, planes, trains, automobiles. You know what I'm saying? That makes that game great. When you learn how to fly and you're dropping your teammates off at a checkpoint or whatever, it's just an amazing experience. You really feel like you're in a war. Call of Duty is the modern day Pac-Man to me, as far as flashing screens, eating pellets. It's just bright and in your face, and it's feeding those sensors in your mind. And it was fun for a while, but now I'm looking for something deeper. Let's move on to the next topic, man.
Okay.
As far as gaming announcements, and I think the biggest one this week that we've been kind of saving for y'all has to do with the drum roll. We talked about this earlier. I can't believe it was episode 102.
I think I just saw a pig fly past my window.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Is that what
you smelling flying bacon, baby. Yeah.
It had a tattoo on it, and I think it said $399.
Yes, it did. And it had a big old picture of Bill Gates on the side of it. Listen, Xbox One has finally dropped their price, like my man said, $399. But here is the biggest kicker in the world. You don't have to have the Kinect anymore.
It was like they were hacking into our Skype recording, and they heard me say if they got rid of the Kinect and dropped the price $100,
Right.
I was gonna go out and get one. I guess now I gotta I'm either go put
my
own foot in my mouth. Well, it ain't on sale yet, so I still got time. Okay. You can pre-order it, but yeah, Xbox One, $399, no Connect. I like it's twofold. I'm gonna be honest. It is sad though. It's sad. Think about it.
Why
right?
is it sad?
Because now you back to square one now, right? You had it was a game. It was a Disney princess game or something like that. That they were talking about a long time ago when the Xbox One first came out, and now you imagine you're these developers, right? And you're making this game, and you're like, "Yo, we got it. This game could do this, X, Y, and Z." It's primarily used with the Kinect, and Microsoft goes, "Wait, hey, that ain't gonna be with everybody's system, like we said 6 months ago." So
you burnt developers up.
Oh my gosh, I think they did, man. I think for some developers who stepped out on the limb, on the ledge, and was like, "Yo, we're gonna try and make this game." Connect. We're gonna do a whole bunch with the Connect. We cracked the code, and Microsoft was like, "Yo, ain't no Connect." Because
you guaranteed them in the beginning that this was going to be part of this system. So you sit here and say, "This is we can't fail. We're gonna make this Connect game. This is gonna be the baddest Connect game. We're gonna put it out there. We already know we're gonna have the users out there because Microsoft said it's gonna be mandatory." Now they reneging on it,
and it's like ever since Don, I shouldn't say got rid of. Ever since Don Matrick left, Microsoft was like, "Yo, he screwed us. His ideas and his vision for the Xbox One screwed us, and it is kicking us in the butt." And we got to do a 180. We got to fix it, and they have. I got to give Microsoft kudos because they really just been making strides and trying to appease the consumer, appease the fans. You got this core audience, this group of people who wanted nothing to do with all these other systems. You go over your buddy house, they got an Xbox, it's on, guaranteed. Right. You gonna find. I with my job, I get the opportunity to unfortunately see a ton of people's houses. And in the house, man, they got like 2-3 Xbox 360s.
Right.
All got live accounts, either playing Call of Duty or Madden or 2K14 or something. And then, Microsoft comes out, 6 months ago, and they was like, "Yo, $500, you got to take the Kinect." You like, "No, wait, hold on." So, for them to come back around and be like, "Look, this is what we doing. We changing everything. Look, when we say we doing it for the fans, we mean it. This is a sign of good faith. We taking the Connect out."
Listen. You're not finna sell me this line of BS, dog. Let me tell you something. Let's look back and see what Microsoft did. Okay, I'm gonna give them minor credit. If I was grading Microsoft right now, you just got a D minus. I didn't flunk you. You got a D minus because you went back and you made the corrections to your paper that you originally turned in. Here's what they did. They went out. They said, "Here to Connect. It's going to be more. Here's connecting the Xbox One. It's going to cost more than Sony. So what? Eat it. We're going to make this mandatory, and you got to have it on at all times. So what? Eat it." And people were like, hey. Consumers was like, "Whoa, buddy. Whoa, we don't want y'all in our house on all the time. What? The NSA is using this thing. So what? Eat it." They were not going to budge on their stance of forcing these things to their faithful community until social media and because we finally got a voice through social media, until they start getting burned by it, man.
Under the Don Matrick regime, though.
But let me finish. At the end of the day, this change by Microsoft is dictated by one thing only: money. Simple as that. Money. Sony has sold 7 million PlayStation 4s. Xbox has shipped. Notice I didn't say sell. They have shipped 5 million. That means when you say something is shipped, you're trying to lie to your consumers and make yourself look good, because there's a lot of these things sitting on the shelf right now because your price was too high and you're forcing this camera into my home. So I cannot give them credit because their bottom line is not looking the way it should be looking. I cannot give them credit because your old CEO or whoever was running this made bad decisions, especially when your competitor was holding hands with its consumers. They was going out on dates. Sony was going out on dates with its consumers saying, "Whatever you want, whatever you like, I got you. What you want to see, we got you." And to me, with social media and the consumer having a voice today, companies, I don't care how big you are, can no longer afford to ignore a consumer and just shove out a product that we don't want. So I'm not giving them a credit. D-. You made the change. You made it because you was losing money. Bottom line.
And well, they had to.
Thank you, because they was losing money. They had to.
But
right.
Let's not forget.
I know them your boys. You trying to save them?
8 years ago, your boys did the same thing. It took them 8 years to fix that mistake.
I agree.
This is why I give Microsoft credit, because it's a bold statement. This is a statement where they come out and it's like you Donald Sterling and you trying to make this public apology. It's ugly like that. It is. It's ugly like that, where you have to make this public apology. Like, yo, you know what? We goofed up. All right, the dude who helped us goof up, he not here. So instead of us waiting the whole console generation to fix it, they turned around fast, man, fast. They turned around fast, and you know, I think as a video game fan, I appreciate it because, look. People have to realize it is about money. If they're not making money, they're not in it. And I want them to make money because I want them to continue to be
to make a good product. Yeah. Right. So I guess I look at it like this. You see it as fast. To me, I see it as them almost being pushed into this situation. Again, like everything I just mentioned before. And you bring up Sony making this mistake 8 years ago. Here's what's great about Sony's mistake 8 years ago. They didn't duplicate it this time. But the sad thing about that is Microsoft didn't pay any attention to Sony's mistake and avoid it. That's what's frustrating about this.
Well, I think they were confident in their brand. They miscalculated, man.
They were arrogant. It was arrogant in their
arrogant miscalculation.
Thank you. Let's not say cocky. They were arrogant. We Microsoft, we Sony, we Microsoft, we Xbox, we finna do our thing. And your consumers was telling you from day one, hey, we don't need that. We don't want that. Oh, yeah, you do. We know better than you. I'm spending the money. We still know better than you. And it bit them. And it's not the only company that's ever happened to. You know what I'm saying? This happens so many times where, great example, man. Wasn't it not too long ago that Netflix, what change did they make?
They went and they were going to make two separate websites. They were going to have Netflix.com and they were going to have DVD.com. I think it was Quickster.
Quickster.
It was Quickster. And
what happened?
It was dumb.
And how did they find out it was dumb?
Because the entire internet let them know it was dumb.
Your consumers are talking to you and they're telling you, we don't want that product. We don't want that. That's dumb. And when you ignore that, you know what I'm saying? That's just ridiculous. And kudos to Netflix and kudos to Microsoft. It came late, but it came.
Give them credit. You got to give them credit.
D-. It came late, but it came because, again, bottom line was money. So that's the announcement. I ranted a little bit on that, but I think it's exciting news for people who are like DaVinci, who are Xbox purists. It's not a bad system. I just don't like, personally, I don't like the controller, and I don't like the $60 gold membership you need to get online. I just think that's ridiculous.
Well, for you, be careful when you say that, because when
I know Sony got one.
Yeah, when you cross over, buddy.
I got 8 years of free gaming. I'm not going to argue about 8 years of free online gaming.
But it was a good, like, if you break it down, right? All right, so you paying more for Netflix than you do for Xbox Live. You pay $8. You pay $8 a month, and you just getting movies. Different product.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because let me add the other part to this announcement. It just wasn't the getting rid of the Connect. It was also eliminating the Xbox, the $60 charge for Xbox Live accounts, so you can watch streaming media. So let me get this right. They were charging you money to connect your system to the internet, so you could pay more money to watch a streaming media service.
Well, you got to go back and remember though. You got to go back and remember though that when they were charging for Xbox Live, right, back in the original Xbox, and then Xbox 360 came out, Netflix didn't exist in this factor on the console. So when all of these, everything that Microsoft was building Xbox Live to be wasn't on the PS3 first. But when it hit PS3, Microsoft's like, yo, we can't go back. We've already crossed that point of no return.
When they dropped the Xbox One, did Netflix on PS3 and Xbox 360 already exist?
No. We talking Xbox 3.
I'm talking
8 years ago.
Right. I'm talking about a couple months ago.
But 8 years ago affects where we at now, though.
No, it doesn't. You've dropped a new system. It doesn't affect that. No, it doesn't.
They can't change that.
You're going to tell me that they just changed it. You're going to tell me that they couldn't offer what they're offering now with this free streaming. You're going to tell me they couldn't offer that 5 or 6 months ago, or however long these systems came out?
Because all of that factors into their business model. It was already existing. They didn't want to do it, man. They didn't want to let that go.
They were greedy.
They all greedy, though.
Okay, that's all I want to hear you say.
Because Nintendo's greedy. Nintendo is selling this console for $300, and it should be $150 to $200.
Oh my God, yes.
But they don't want to let that go. So, to take the greed factor out of it, I just don't want to. I just don't want to forget how we got to this point because I think it's important.
I agree.
I think it's important.
I think that you have to be nimble enough to change with the times, man. When you're a big company, it's hard. This was a great example. It's easier to turn a speedboat around than it is to turn around a cruise ship. You know what I'm saying? That's what these big companies become. They make these plans years in advance. They invest all this money into technology and research, so they do have to recoup some of their money. But
and I didn't get my account hacked neither.
No, but you didn't. But how many Xboxes did you buy? Thank you. Let's move forward. So both systems are going to have problems, Red Ring. And actually, Xbox did get their stuff hacked in the very beginning when their product was released. We ain't got to relive any of this, okay? We've been through this battle before.
When did they get hacked?
When they first came out, they got hit. Xbox Live got hit.
Honestly, I don't remember. Not to say it didn't happen. I just don't remember. I wasn't affected by it.
The fact that you can't say it didn't happen is good enough for me. But that's it, man. Again, maybe I'll bump their grade up to C. I think Xbox can now be competitive. I'm curious to find out how much this is going to cost them at the end of the day. How much money are they going to lose in changing their business model with this system?
I think they're making money.
You think they're going to start making money now?
I think they're making money. I think this Connect, I think it actually cost over $100. It did. They just couldn't charge you that high price value. I think they're making money, man. And I think that's why for them it was like, okay, well, the system will cost $100 and Connect will cost $110.
Before they did this move, they bundled that Titanfall with their system. Do you think this is a repercussion of maybe the Titanfall bundle not selling as well as they anticipated?
No, because when they announced the numbers after Titanfall, it moved systems for them.
We talked about that, the numbers.
Well, but they shot themselves in the foot by allowing Titanfall to be on the Xbox 360. Right. People aren't dumb. It's the same game, but it just doesn't look as crisp.
Nope.
So with this 360 they got coming out, it doesn't have a game with it. But if you still want it, it's weird. If you go on Amazon, you can get this one for $3.99. You get the Titanfall one for $500 with the Kinect. And then Amazon is trying to sell off their day one edition consoles. I think they had those on sale for either $470 or $460 with the Kinect, but no game. So they'll find their way. They'll figure it out. They need to.
Options.
They need to.
Right. I think it's great you got different price points for different people.
Yeah.
I like that. I like having options as far as a console because some stuff I need, some stuff I don't need. So, again, kudos to Microsoft Xbox for making this change. I think it's a little late. I understand the reason why you're doing it. I hope that you guys can now be a little bit more competitive in the market. And as a gamer, I'm happy for Xbox people who are faithful to that system. Get off your 360 now.
It's hard. It's a bunch of games still out. So
move to the one.
So all right, let's go ahead and let this little break play through, and then we'll be back. I got a game I want to give a preview on, and then if you got one too, we can do that. We'll be right back. All right.
You gonna learn
today. So, man, I went to family video, and well, little backstory. Had a day off, went and hung out with our brother Trigger Rick, and he was like, "Man, you know what? Why you here? I'm gonna hook my PS4 up." So I'm like, "I bet, right?" So we hooking it up, doing this, that, and the other. Man, it was like I think it's the Price is Right. It's one of them game shows where it's like boop 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 boop.
Yeah, the Price is Right.
No games. we had nothing to play.
Wait. Trigger had a system, but he had no games.
Cause he waiting on something else to come out.
Come on, man. Y'all wouldn't watch the NFL and they review them plays and bloopers and they'd be like, come on, man. Come on, Trigger. You went out and spent $400 on the system and then came home with no games.
So it turned out to be good timing because what I was like, all right, look, let's go to family video. We got to make a run anyway. And I'll pick up MLB The Show. That way I can, get a little taste of it and see what it's about.
Okay.
Out of all the sports, like the big three, that'd be the last one for me to play.
Oh, without question.
Yeah, but man, it was nice. I was surprised. A lot of people will be like, this is, for one, it's the only Major League Baseball game that's being released this year on any console, period.
Okay.
It's the only game. And I always used to see people like, man, I'm MLB all day. That's my game.
Right.
I can't remember what the one was that was on that was made by EA Sports, but
The Show.
No, the show is Sony's version. It was MVP Baseball. EA Sports did MVP Baseball. So it turned out to be good, man. I liked it. It took a little bit to get, because they start you off, and when you play the game, they're like, okay, well, how do you want to play? And you be like, beginner, whatever. When you play beginner, they take away a lot of the controls. They take away you controlling the field, where you want to put your players at in the field, depending on what type of play you think coming up. They take away like a lot of they give you a lot of aim assists when you at bat. But as you start to play, you're like, all right, I want to make my outfield player go catch the ball, so you can turn that feature on. Okay. I want to make my outfield player throw to the plate I want to throw to, so you turn that feature on.
That's sweet. That's real sweet.
It is. It kind of wanes you into it. It gives you that room to breathe if you're not, used to playing a baseball video game, because a lot of people, they don't really play baseball video games. So it was almost like a good introduction to it.
I can remember playing video games on the Nintendo and maybe the PlayStation 1 where, man, maybe even Atari, where you would, if the ball was hit to like second base or the shortstop, the game would automatically make that throw to first base for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you didn't have to, kind of fiddle with that. But I think this is great, man, that you can ease your way into baseball.
You can, and eventually, me and him, we would take turns in the innings. We would go back and forth, and eventually, you like, okay, well, you can. It was good, man. It just you could choose where you want your batter to swing, and then you can also tell your batter. You could tell your batter, I guess, to swing in this part of the batter's box. If you did that and you swung with a strong swing, chances are you would get a real good real good swing where they wouldn't catch you. You get the first base or you get a home run.
Oh, so if you anticipate and anticipate right, you get rewarded for it.
Yep.
So it's a gambling system. That's pretty sweet, man.
That's
a great idea.
And then as a pitcher, you get, as a pitcher, you can dictate where you want the ball to go. I mean, it's there's nothing new about it. There's nothing refreshing about it. I just think for me to not play a baseball game for so long and then come back and to play this game, it just felt refreshing. It was very welcoming. It allowed me to get right into it, feel like I had control over my players. You're able to warm up pictures. You can also, like, say you don't want to warm your pitcher up, but you just want them to throw the ball to loosen up just in case. You can do that.
I think what's great about let me start on. I have MLB. What I did, I was in GameStop and I was buying something, and I went through their bargain bin and I saw MLB, and I was like $5 or something like that. I picked it up. It was an older year or two. I think Ryan Braun was on the cover of this one, and it's like maybe 2 years old. But I said, hey, if I get bored, I'll play this. 'Cause I've always wanted. I won't watch baseball. I won't watch a full game unless I'm at the park, and then I'm probably leaving early then. You know what I mean? But if I sit down and play against one of my brothers, that's fun to me. You know what I mean? If I create a character of my own and put myself on the Cubs or something, that's fun to me. To hear you telling me that now they make it even easier for a novice like me and yourself to pick up this game and start playing it, I think that's excellent. And what makes it so excellent is, take John Madden, for instance. When you play John Madden, on defense, initially you're controlling one person, and then you press X or square or whatever, and it'll go to the closest person so you can make a tackle. Same on the offense. You're controlling either the quarterback or the running back, and that's all you really need to worry about. In baseball, you got 9 players out there when you're on defense that you have to individually control.
Or try to steal a base on offense successfully.
Right. That's complicated. So I think what they've done is they've made it easier for you to get into the game, and then they've given you it's a great idea. You make me want to go out and buy it so I can get my son into playing it.
So two things about it. Baseball is like one of the longest games you could ever play. Ever. I could literally see somebody sitting down, setting it for 9 innings, because we set it for 6 just in case. You set it for 9 innings, and you'll be there for like an hour playing one game.
But John Madden's no different though. If you play a 7-minute, or what we used to play 6 minutes, right?
5.
No, but when we were doing
you would do like 4 or 5.
Okay, so even a 5-minute game is going to take you 30 minutes?
Yeah, about a half hour.
Yeah. So,
but a real life football game is 3 hours. I mean, you got halftime and all that stuff, but
you got commercials.
Yeah, but the point I was getting to on the MLB though was they have a feature where what it does is that it controls the pace of the game. So I might come right into a bat, and I could be down 2 strikes, man, right off the gate, just down 2 strikes.
Got you. Okay.
If I make it on, if say the pitcher throws the ball and he throws, he'll pitch at me, he'll throw a ball. Then they can come back and say, okay, instead of it being 1 ball and 2 strikes, we're gonna make it 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pace of the game picks up really fast, but it puts you in situational moments.
Okay, so it puts you in exciting moments. It has added some excitement to the game.
It does, because then you look up and if you ain't paying attention, it could be 1 pitch and you struck out
and you're done.
Yep. Or if you the pitcher, you could be 3-0 in the count. You down.
But okay, so my question about that is balance. So, say an experienced user versus a novice user using that system. Where's the balance in that?
If he's experienced and you're not, and you're in that type of game system, they'll cream you because they're naturally looking to see where the count is at.
Right.
And if you're not, and the pitch come whizzing by, and then all of a sudden you struck out, and you go, wait a minute, you only pitched 1 ball at me. Why am I struck out?
Right. What happened? Right.
You ain't picking up on that. I did have one complaint though. The online was horribly laggy.
Okay. Was that a internet issue as far as your service provider, or
not from what I hear? I've seen other people complain about the online lag. I don't know if it's only specific to the PS4 or if it's on both PS3 and PS4, But when we played, the lag was horrible. Actually, and you know what? I think it's on both systems because I was on Twitch the other night just kind of watching people play. And when dude was playing, dude was complaining about it. He was like, man, I forgot. You almost have to swing a half a second early.
That's terrible because
you can't guess the pitch correctly. It's impossible.
That happened in 2K. You had to shoot almost early or hold your jumper early or still early because the lag.
Yep.
That in a game where there's precision, you can't have that type of lag, man.
Yeah. So but MLB 2014, I thought it was really good. I think if they had if it was like a download version where you can download but you can't play a season, you can just play the game.
Right.
For like $20, and then if you wanted to pay online, you pay another $20, and if you wanted to run a season on your own, you pay another $20, something like that. I would buy into it right away. I don't know if I would spend that whole full $60. I'm not that big of a baseball fan to spend that full $60, but I enjoyed it, man. I was surprised, and I liked how the game looked. It was real pretty. The controls felt real good. The pitching felt nice. When you were at bat, it felt like you had a chance to make a play, and just the different options that they give you was real good.
Do the players look like they do maybe on a highlight from ESPN? Because I know if you're not watching baseball every day, did it look authentic, or did it look?
I think for their first time around, if this game came out six months ago with the system, it'd be on par with the graphics. It's so hard for me when I look at Infamous Second Son and then you play this game.
Right.
And this game, granted, it looked good. I almost want to rent it again just to see how it'll look on my TV as opposed to on his TV. He's got a plasma, I got an LCD, but I notice sometimes games will still look different depending on what TV set you play. It didn't look ugly, and it did look a lot better than the PS3 version. So there was an improvement in the graphics. So it was good. If I had to rate it, I feel like just as a non-baseball fan, I'll probably give it like an 8 out of 10. It was solid.
That's a high rating.
It was solid.
That's a solid game. Yeah,
it was solid. I just didn't like the online lag, and it just made me not want to play. But if it's just, the idea of me and him, or if it was me and somebody else and we just hanging out, you know what I'm saying? And we was taking turns in and by in and playing the game. I really enjoyed that. And we did the same thing when we played online. We went in and by in, and that was fun. That was good.
What makes that lag, and we can move on. What makes that lag upsetting for an online game like MLB or 2K is that you go on to get a great experience. You go on because you want to play against somebody, because sports games are always funner when you're playing against another live person. Because the unpredictability, and then the AI is not cheating, per se, to make it a competitive game. But what makes it frustrating is you'll get on there, especially in 2K, and you'll find somebody who has found an exploit, who's found a team or a player on the team that he shouldn't even be in the NBA, but yet this guy has found the fact that he's super fast, that he can do X, Y, Z with them, and it just kills your experience, man. So
I don't think with this that'd be a problem. Only 2-3 hours in, it didn't feel like it would be the problem. And when I played against the computer, it felt fair. And I think there's an option too where the computer will adjust to your gameplay. So if you play better, it plays better. That's
excellent. Yeah,
so it's not dominant. That's excellent. So go ahead.
No, I was going to say I didn't have any previews or new releases or anything like that. So
okay.
Talk about today.
So we can go into the rant.
We can go into the rant, baby. So I promised y'all at the beginning of the show that I was going to talk about my favorite game and give you a little rant about it. So like I announced earlier, Grand Theft Auto dropped the DLC Tuesday. It's called The High Life. And it gave you some more content. Now, kudos to Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar. You guys have dropped, I think this is your 4th DLC, and you've given it to us free. You ain't came and asked for no money for it, so I really shouldn't be complaining in that aspect, but I am. And here's why. You complaining about free content? Yes, I am.
You complaining on the free 99?
On the free 99. And Rockstar is almost in the same boat as Microsoft was as far as being slow to adjust to your users. You know what I mean?
In what aspect?
Well, you have Facebook, then you have your own personal forums where you're asking your users, what do you want to see in the game? What can we do different? Now, I know you're fighting against the various hackers and glitches and stuff that's happening in the game, but you're constantly asking us what we want, but you're not giving it to us. So the High Life package came out. Go. You had a question?
No heist yet?
We're not going to talk about that. No.
That's horrible.
It is horrible. I'm going to say yes. There are no heists right now. I'm going to end it there. I'm going to focus on the High Life. So, man. Again, free content. They gave you 3 new cars, a new motorcycle. Nobody likes the motorcycle. They say it's ugly. I bought it. I put it in my garage because I got a motorcycle garage. It's pretty cool.
Is it like a Harley, crotch rocket?
It's kind of like a Harley, man, but it's spaceshipy looking. It's weird.
Is it like Tron spaceshipy looky?
No, because I would like it then. It's like Golden Wing, old school. You see the guys with the big guys with their big girl on the back of it, and they ride. Yeah, that's one of them bikes. So, it was weird, man. It's called the Thrust, So they gave you a new gun called the Bullpup. Now, the Bullpup, for you guys who play Battlefield, this is the QBZ, which is an engineer gun. So if you know the gun, if you know what I'm talking about as far as Battlefield, you'll know what this gun is. The reviews I've heard from it is not pretty good. I haven't used it personally yet. Now, new clothes always. Some new racing options, no big deal. 15 new jobs, as they call them. They're not really jobs. And then 5 contact missions.
Are they like races?
Yeah, they're like races and captures and death matches. They call those jobs the main jobs.
Nah.
Can we fix the language in that? Those aren't jobs.
Oh man.
Contact missions to me are the jobs. Not the capture the flag and the death matches and races. That stuff ain't jobs. So they really need to change, or missions. They really need to change the name of those to something else. Because it's misleading.
Do you feel like they waiting to do something? It almost feels... Go ahead. Keep going.
All right. So here's the greatest thing. One of the 2 good things they did. I told you they gave you the extra apartment. So if you want, you can have 2 garages, an apartment in the garage, or 2 apartments, whatever. They give you more room to add more cars. They also created a new looking high-end apartment. And this is where my rant begins. Again, are y'all just not lit? Rockstar, let me talk to you. Everybody else, leave the room. Listen, Rockstar. Your users are telling you that they want to be able to customize their apartments like they customize their avatars. Y'all gave us 4 apartments in the same apartment buildings that already exist, and they all look the same. What part of customize is included in that?
So all 4 apartments, when you walk in, each apartment looks the same.
Exactly the same. Now, you didn't put them in a different building in the city because your city is full of buildings. No, you put them in buildings that people already live in. Rockstar, what were you thinking?
So you go to one building and you have 2 different apartments.
You could literally live in one building and own 2 apartments in there.
That's goofy.
No, that's a fail. That is clearly a fail. And your apartment looked just like my apartment. Same ugly couch, same ugly furniture.
I can't change the color. I can't put a JPEG picture on it.
DaVinci, you can't even sit in every seat in your own apartment.
Wow. This is all right. Can we? Oh man, Okay.
Fell. Now you see why I left it.
Is
for
this
the
a
rent,
system?
right?
In your opinion, is this a system, hardware system limitation?
No, because you can customize a car, you can customize a person. Why can I not customize a couple items in my apartment? So you asked me earlier, is this something that are they waiting to do something big? Part of me think they are. But before I get into that, let me mention the other part of this DLC, which is pretty cool. It's called the mental state. So the mental state now tracks the stupid things that you do in GTA that are you wouldn't do in normal life, like run somebody over in your car, blow somebody's car up. It's called a mental state. So you start off as a white dot, and as you do these mentally deranged things, you increasingly turn redder and redder.
Is that like that Trevor mode?
No. It's just a progression of you actually doing crazy stuff. Your mental state gets worse and worse. And when you're super red, other players can come and kill you and get RP for it. So, which is pretty cool. So, but again, my rant is about failing to listen to your users, failing to give us what we've been asking for. Besides the heist, give us more customization in this game. Now, you ask me, are they waiting to do something bigger? I think they are. I clearly think that this Grand Theft Auto Online is a beta. They don't want to call it that, but from everything that they're doing, this is a beta. I think that when they finally move to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, that a lot of the stuff that we are asking for, they're going to give you because they do have more power. So,
well, hopefully when they do it, they not leaving out their quote unquote Kickstarters, because that's what you are when you bought that bad boy for $60 and you wanted the multiplayer. You are a Kickstarter for everything else to come.
Wow. Yeah, so that's my rant, man. What you mad about?
That's not too.
I'm not mad about.
No, I'm good this weekend. I'm in good spirits this weekend. Everything on the gaming front wasn't too bad. I just, looking forward to what's to come. So, we're gonna put a little music on and let you cool down.
All right.
All right. It's gonna be our last segment for the podcast. A little bit of cool down.
Woosah. I've been in here rubbing my earlobes, man, trying to calm down.
for any of our new listeners, and just a refresher, the cool down where we don't necessarily have to talk about video games, even though this is a video game podcast. We still like to talk about genre movies and TV shows and stuff, comic book movies and action movies and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, man, what you got? You want to kick it off, or?
Well, I'm gonna hit it. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with some pretty touch and go news. So we all know about the Ben Affleck as Batman drama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Benifer or, J-Lo, J-Ben or whatever they call this dude. I'm a Ben Affleck fan, he's made some pretty good movies. I think that he's a good director. I think he's a good actor. I think that he'll make a great Bruce Wayne. When you look at him and you look at his features, he more Bruce Wayne than Val Kilmer and George Clooney would ever be. Yeah. So I'm just going to put them names out there for y'all to remember. They had anybody who would do it playing Batman.
They's like, you.
Right.
Oh, you just so happen to be an actor. Good.
Right.
Batman right now. Let's go.
Right. You're lucky you didn't see Jamie Foxx playing Batman because, you know what I'm saying, it totally changing the story. But I think Ben Affleck is going to do a good job. But anyway, earlier this week, they dropped his suit and the Batmobile.
Well, first you had Zack Snyder show the Batmobile with a tarp over it, which the internet exploded once.
Right.
And then he's like, I think I might pull a tarp back tomorrow. We see what happened.
I think it's amazing that Batman has such a great lifespan, man. I mean, this dude has been around for a long time. Started off real goofy. You can still watch some goofy Batmans back then. But even then, he was cool back then with the stuff that he had. Yeah.
The 60s, the 60s TV show. Yeah. I loved it. It was playing when I was a kid in the 80s, but
it still come on. We were watching it the other day.
Yeah, on what is it, Me TV or something like that? TV Land or one of them.
Right, like Me Too or something like that. But
did you see what somebody did with the picture with Ben Affleck was they added some color to it? Did you get to see that?
No, I don't think I saw. I didn't.
Oh man,
I was just looking for original pictures, so
it looked good. It brought some of the contrast out of the picture, and it wasn't like a lot of color. It was like, a doll like movie that was black and white and went to color. It was a doll version of that, but it just fit and it just worked, man. And you was like, damn, I'm pumped. Like, I can't wait for this movie. 2 years and we got to wait. So hopefully it turned out real good.
And I think it will, man. Let's talk about this suit. I'm gonna curse. This suit is badass.
The Dark Knight Returns, the Frank Miller novel.
This suit, I'm looking at it, the way it's fitting his body, the outline of his muscles, the material that they're using, and how dark it is. I love this suit. This Batman looked like it came straight out the comic book. Ain't no funny crotch on it. Ain't no weird bat symbol on it. This looks major to me. With the Batmobile behind it, it looks like the old school Batmobile. From who movie was that? From the original one with, I can't think of the dude's name.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's Batmobile, yeah. So I'm excited, man. This is a good teaser. Kudos to Jack Snyder. I hope this turned out well.
He jacked too, dude. He got beefy for that. They got pictures online of him
swole up.
Yeah,
much respect. I said Ben Affleck is a good actor. Forget the J-Lo stuff. The Bennifer stuff. He's a good actor, man. So also looked at some other movie trailers. We're gonna kind of give you guys a rundown of what your summer's gonna look like in the theater, in the IMAX, on the big screen. So, and just jump into Vince, man. I'm just gonna run through these movies real quick. Yep. The other trailer that I watched, which is a TV spot, was for the Transformers, which is supposed to come out in June of 27, so about 45 days from now. It was amazing. Again, you got a better shot of Grimlock.
Yep.
Spitting fire. You got that shot of Prime.
Why was they making fun of Grimlock's arms?
Alligator arms, dude. Everybody got dinosaur arms, alligator arms. That's just...
I don't know. I mean, maybe, I'm not as sensitive as a lot of people are nowadays when they see like an old genre that's, being translated into today's time. Most of that stuff don't bother me. So to see them like, man, they couldn't find nothing else wrong. So they's talking about his arms. Like, okay, who cares? He a T-Rex.
Dinosaurs are traditionally funny, especially T-Rexes, because of their arm. Big old mouth. Yep. Little bitty arms. You know what I mean? And so to me, that was just the God balancing them out. But again, he spit fire. So you want to talk junk to a metal T-Rex that spit fire? Go for it. Something else I noticed in the trailer was, I'm thinking this is probably the antagonist that we are seeing. Anyway, there was a Transformer in there, dude, and he had a beard on. And he was smoking a cigar. So,
he with that's Hound.
Okay, so Hound.
He's an Autobot.
I don't remember him.
No, he's not. And this is what pisses everybody off. He's not. Okay. I think we as fans have to remember that this is not lore. We got to remember that. So we're going to see like how they even changed the names of two of the Autobots.
Here we go.
Two of the Dinobots. Well, one name they had to change because it's a negative slang term in the UK. I think it was like slag, and they changed it to slog or slug or something like that. But
I'm cool with that. Okay, but that's a right change. I'm cool with that. What I'm not cool with is making these robots look like humans. Why are we giving a robot a metallic beard and a cigar in his mouth? That's terrible.
Well, because no excuse, but because I can't remember where I was reading this ad or it was a video or something, but these robots are life forms. Instead of just having skin like us, and this is getting way off, but instead of having skin like us, yeah, they have just mechanical workings. So it's okay. Weird. I think it was in part of that was explained was in the game, was in the second Transformers game that they came out with. Where it was it wasn't like somebody saying like commenting on the game, but it was in the game where they remind you where they saw like other life forms and they commented on how that other life form was pretty much made what it was made out of. And the idea that it wasn't made out of metal, so it to them was foreign.
Okay. So now I'm peeking here online, and I'm actually seeing a cartoon from the '80s where one of the robots actually had a metal cigar in his mouth.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What does it give a name? I want to see that picture real quick.
Said it before. KUP. KUP is how they
Cup.
Cup.
Yeah, from the movie.
Cup cigar,
yeah. I forgot about it. Yeah, Cup had the cigar, man. The old angry old man. Yeah,
right.
Cup. That's my boy.
Yeah. Okay, so you know better than me. But okay, Cup got it. It go back to the 80s. Valid. I can't say nothing else about it.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it's in the comic book.
Uh-huh. So that's cool.
Tight.
To me, that just kind of struck me.
Did it throw you off?
Yeah, and maybe because I'm mad about the turtles being humanized as well.
Somehow, the Kevin Bacon effect, it all leads back to the Ninja Turtles.
It does. It really just leads all back to the turtles. Leave my turtles alone. So, but I thought that was pretty cool. And once again, like Prime getting his butt kicked in this movie, man. And I'm not even quite sure how I feel about it, but I'm going to reserve judgment until the movie come out. So that movie comes out on the 27th of June. Get your ticket money ready.
Yeah.
Now, a couple years back, my man Mark Wahlberg made a kick butt Planet of the Apes movie that I always wanted them to do a sequel to. I'm a Mark Wahlberg fan. They never made it, but they did come out with a new Planet of the Apes, which I thought was excellent. And now they're coming out with Planet of the Apes 2, which looks amazing. I think this movie has an opportunity to be the summer blockbuster of the year.
Yep.
Yeah, only because I think some of the other movies that are coming out, are in that third, fourth iteration. And don't get me wrong, I know Planet of the Apes has come out 1,000 times, but this is a fresh Planet of the Apes. Even the actors and the monkeys, actually, the way they're doing them, or the apes, how they're doing them, is very fresh, man. So some of the things I caught in the trailer that caught my attention was you had them riding their horses. I thought that was sweet. You had the gorillas doing their things and the orangutans doing their things, but they also had, like, you could see them coming up with their own rules, almost like their own 10 commandments, man. Like ape, don't kill ape. I thought that was sweet. You could see them taking on some of the human ideals, and I look forward to that, man. So,
do you think that that's them coming up with, like? Well, obviously that comes from Caesar.
Yes, without question, it comes from Caesar.
that comes from Caesar. But is that just like, was that something that just naturally he kind of formed in his head? Like, does he understand rules and laws enough where he's teaching them this language and how to write and obviously read, because if they wrote it, they can read it.
I think what Caesar is doing is he's had confrontations with humans and saw how humans treated apes, but he also saw how humans treated other humans. Like in this trailer, they talk about a disease almost wiped the humans out, and they was like, well, that's not the apes' fault. That's something we did.
Right.
And the apes are learning from this, and that, okay, let's not be like them. Ape don't kill ape. Why are we gonna kill our own people?
Right.
That's what the humans do. So I think he is trying to design his race of people so that they are different than a human, so they don't duplicate our mistakes. But I think, again, the movie is going to be excellent. That movie's coming out the 11th of July. That's going to be the movie to go see. In my opinion. So
you know what was crazy too in that trailer? It was the guy went in to meet Caesar. He was a mole to go in to meet Caesar, and he saw like, whoa, these apes don't want conflict.
Nah.
They want peace like us. And I was like, damn, this movie gonna be good. And my wife saw like the little preview, and she's like, oh, I remember the first one. We saw the first one. I was like, yep, we in the safe zone. She gonna go see this one. So
we in the safe zone. That's good though.
Man, she'd go to a movie, it'd be 4:00 in the afternoon, she'd pass out.
You know what? But this is the type of movie that you could take your wife to. You could take your wife or girlfriend to go see this before you could take them to go see X-Men or Spider-Man or something like that, because this is going to be more about story and that they can relate to. Now, I'm not talking about the geek girls out there or, the nerdist girls. No offense. I'm talking about everyday, not none video game. I'm going to get myself in trouble. People.
But because it's got, a humanistic storyline to it. And not really trying to say it in a negative way, but when they see the apes, they gonna look real to them,
right?
They'll so it's not as distracting as a Transformers, a Ninja Turtles, anything like that. So
and it's not a big budget explosion type movie. I don't think it's heavy. You're gonna have the apes that are gonna be CG, but they're not gonna be overwhelming with the CG and how they use it, like you would see in maybe a Transformers or X-Men or something like that.
Yep.
So, some other movies that are coming out this weekend. I'm gonna hit these kind of fast, and you jump in where you want to.
Okay.
Coming out this year, Godzilla. Godzilla is coming out next week.
Super excited.
The 16th of May. Man, listen, I had mixed feelings about this movie. And I'm gonna tell you, there's two things that have sold me and made me say, okay, yeah, I can go to the theater and see this. Bryan Cranston, did I say his name right?
Yep.
Excellent actor. Everybody know about Breaking Bad. How do you not go see this dude perform? He's excellent. But the trailer, where the big old pterodactyl thing come flying through the city, you know what I'm saying? And then Godzilla, he pop up his head or out from behind the building like, what you want to do?
See, I didn't watch that trailer because I've been trying to stay away. Listen why. Listen why. I'm so hyped. I'm so undercoverly hyped about this movie. I'm not really, I'm not telling people I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to this movie a lot more than other movies that's coming out this summer. I know I'm going to see it. They ain't got to sell me on it. They ain't got to promote it to me. I'm in. I don't want to see nothing. I want to save it all for that sit down experience. So I didn't watch the last trailer. I avoided it, man, like the plague.
All right, so let me tell you why I wasn't originally hyped for this. Pacific Rim nailed it. For every Godzilla movie that was ever made, Pacific Rim came out and said, let me show you how to do this right. And they did it right. They gave me big giant robots with humans inside of them, with big ugly creatures to fight, and they gave it some heart and some emotion, and they nailed it. So, again, that's why I wasn't excited about Godzilla until I really saw this last trailer where the little Japanese dude was like, let them fight. Don't get involved.
Yeah. Because they were saying Godzilla was here before, and now they're calling on them to help out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It's like, let them fight. So, everybody who has any type of social media access knows X-Men is coming out, Futures Past or something like that.
Yep.
I think that's going to be a great movie.
That got a good review too. And in the review they said Quicksilver was amazing. So now that's got me worried about Quicksilver and Avengers. Because now that Quicksilver and Avengers, he got something to live up to.
Yeah. X-Men's Days of Future Past, you already have seen 1,000 trailers for it. You already know what you're going to get with these X-Men movies, so make sure you go check that out. Coming up after that, some other big movies coming out. How you say this word? Maleficent?
Maleficent.
Yeah. That's how I feel about it.
Angelina Jolie, she's a good actress. She's a really good actress. Is Disney doing this movie or is this somebody else?
This is a Disney movie.
I'm sold. That's it.
Wow, just that quick, huh?
Well, think any movie that Disney has done that ends up with some type of princess of something hasn't really failed. The story doesn't fail you.
Is it a movie theater movie for you, or is this an on demand or rental for you?
With Angelina Jolie, I think if
this older Angelina, we ain't talking about Tomb Raider Angelina.
No, but it's the movie ain't for me though. So
okay, yeah.
If my wife nieces are here and we watching them for the weekend and they ain't seen it, I think that'd be something we can go out to go see.
I can't take my kids to this movie. This movie don't look like it's a kid-friendly movie to me.
What's the rating on it? Do we know what the movie is rated?
No, I don't. But I don't want to spend too much.
But then also, I don't know if your army boys want to go see Maleficent. Because I haven't seen a male lead in the movie. A strong male presence in the movie.
Yeah, right. It's PG, so I can tell you right now, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I can see why. It's not that dark turn Hansel and Gretel or whatever that came out a couple of years ago. So, but it still looked good. It looked interesting. If there's nothing out at the show and that's the plan for the night, then that might be the movie to go see. Otherwise, yeah, it could be just that, a rental.
And see, and that's tough because once you start hitting the summer, everything is available.
Yep.
Everything is available. So, all right. So now we're in the month of June. Some other movies that are coming out. Edge of Tomorrow, starring Tom Cruise. This is the Halo looking movie. Again, man, I think I've seen Tom Cruise make this movie already 3 times before. So it's hard for me to get excited about going to see, this movie.
Did you see Oblivion?
Saw Oblivion. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Oblivion.
Wow. Yeah. I liked it a whole lot more than I thought I would have. And after seeing the trailer for this other movie, it sparked just that little bit of interest in it where I'm like, that's another thing where it's like, if ain't nothing out and that's what I want to go do, I'm a big movie person.
So let me see. Coming out that weekend, you're going to have your X-Men out already. You're going to have your Godzilla still in the movie theater. Yeah, they got a good week that they're coming out.
What's after it though? Is it any movie the next week directly after it? That's what's going to dictate if I actually go see it or not.
No, there's nothing coming out. They got 22 Jump Street, but that's a comedy. But as far as sci-fi and all that, no.
But for me, that's a catch-22 though. I can easily go get my wife to go see 22 Jump Street than I can to go see the Tom Cruise flick.
Right. Yeah,
it's about convenience now.
Look, it got Emily Blunt in it, and I love her.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a sell point. But again, I'm not too excited about Edge of Tomorrow. But some of you are. It's coming out beginning of June. Moving along from that. Again, June 13th. After that, 22 Jump Street. That's really the only thing that catches my eye. How to Train a Dragon. That's kind of another kids movie. But June 27th, Transformers: Age of Extinction.
That's it.
This is my
got to say nothing
Prime,
about
boy.
it.
You ain't got to say nothing else about it.
Yeah, I'm going. So
right. All right.
Did you see Cap yet?
I saw Cap. I'm gonna tell you what I liked and didn't like about Cap, but I saw it. Let me finish this quick review because I'm almost done. All right, July 11th, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I already told y'all. I think that's going to be the movie summer blockbuster of the year. You need to go see it. Jupiter Ascending, July 18th.
I am staying very far away from that movie.
Really?
In all the previews that you see, I can't think of his name. In all the previews that you see, Channing Tatum, yep, his makeup alone looks horrible.
He's not a good actor. I'm just gonna put that out there, y'all. He's a handsome actor. He doesn't have a
range. He doesn't have a wide range.
He doesn't. You will probably go see Duke from G.I. Joe in this movie because that's pretty much his range. But again, I'm a sci-fi nut. Again, it's not something I want to run to the theater and see, but it is something that I will be definitely looking at on demand. Following that, the next week, July 25th, you're going to have your Hercules coming out, and it's going to have The Rock. Can you smell?
I think that's a cool movie to go see if it's like a group of people and y'all want to go check something out.
I think if you got wrestling fans, man, The Rock beefed up, bashing fools.
Yeah,
it's a popcorn smash.
It looked right along the vein of like The Mummy and all of that stuff. So it doesn't look bad. I can say that. So I wouldn't mind, matinee in it. That's a matinee for me.
That's a matinee. I can see that on the matinee. Yeah, definitely. Now, me and you talked about this earlier, man. August 1st, Guardian of the Galaxies.
But it looks fun. Chris Pratt, your boy from Parks and Recs. It looked fun, man. You got Batista in it. I wanna see Rocket, or is it Rocket Raccoon? I think it's his name. And then my other baby mama, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, that might be the only reason I go see it in the theater. Zoe, give me a call, boo. Okay.
If it's IMAX, I think I'll be there just to continue that summer, big summer blockbuster feel.
Oh, you gonna do IMAX for this movie, man?
If it's out, why not? It's Marvel. I trust them enough.
Now, you said it's Marvel, and I ranted about this before, and I'm just gonna kick it off one time and keep moving. Man, I cannot believe they're releasing another comic book movie. Okay, now let's move forward. That was it.
3 a year.
I didn't touch nothing else. I just said I can't believe it. So, August 8th.
So wait, I know you said real quick. Do you count Spider-Man as a Marvel, or are we just thinking about Marvel, the movie studio, releasing so many movies a year?
I'm gonna ask you one question. Does Spider-Man have comic books?
Yeah.
Okay, so August 8th, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming out. They came out. He said, I ain't touch it. They came out with a new trailer. It really wasn't a new trailer. They just showed you all 4 turtles now.
Well, they had some. They had. You can see, like, you got a better shot of Raphael, a better shot of Donatello, which I think they really needed, and then they gave you another shot of Leonardo. And man, every time I see Leonardo, he looked badass.
Yeah, listen, Leonardo right now is the only thing that is saving this movie.
And if Leonardo gets you in the movie, and then you like Raphael at the end because he the beast.
Hey, listen, this your boy Michael Bay, right?
No, he's not directing it. He's
producing it, right?
He's producing it.
Whose name was on the trailer?
That's money, man. That's money. We know that's not.
Okay, so listen.
That's not. We know that. If it was J.J. Abrams, it'd be the same thing. Okay, one point on that. Look how they did Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, right? Zack Snyder directed Man of Steel, but it was produced by Christopher Nolan, director of Batman trilogy. So, yeah, they're gonna use Michael Bay name just to get people's attention. For me, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm a fan of the franchise. I'm gonna give this director a chance. He did. I can't remember what other movies he did, but I'm giving him a chance. I'm there. It ain't got to be IMAX, but I'm gonna still check it out.
Jonathan Lisbon, he did something else that I liked. Wrath of the Titan, Battle Los Angeles. I bought that one. Darkness Falls and Odyssey, something like that. Hopefully he got some movies and you start backpedaling on me.
Well, when you said Battle LA, I was like,
Yeah, I wanted that to be so much more than what it could have been, man.
And I understood now. Now I understand what the movie was really about, but that's not how it was advertised. I think the advertising is what got a lot of people on that movie. So
and then the main actor, the lead actor, was horrible. The guy had he in the Shannon Tatum range. He had zero range, zero believability, long speeches that were dull. He was just a bad lead character for that movie. So that's poor casting more than anything. But let's get back to these Turtles. I need a brief moment to talk to Mr. Bay here. So everybody else, smoke him if you got him.
Mr. And Bay, you know what? It might even be Bay was like, I'll be the punching bag for this movie.
Well, I'm finna hit him. So listen, Mr. Bay, I saw your last trailer, and you and the other guy, who really don't matter because your name is on the movie, I get what you're doing, and I appreciate you making me a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You're touching my heart there. I'm cool. I saw Mikey the first time. I threw up a little bit in my mouth, but I got over it. I saw Leonardo. I was really sold. Raphael,
he a brute, man.
But let's talk about Donatello. And I'm praying.
He's the nerd.
I'm praying what I saw in this trailer is just a temporary scene in the movie. You need to do two things, dog. You need to drop another trailer that shows Donatello as the Donatello that people know. We get it. Listen, we already know he the brain. We already know he the tech. But you got this dude with glasses on, broken glasses and tape. You are now stereotyping my turtles. You got this dude with this big back. Let me finish. Big backpack on.
They live in the sewer, dude, man.
You get. Come on, man.
What he's supposed to get a fresh pair of glasses, go to the store, give him a fresh pair.
Why the hell does a turtle need glasses? In any of your cartoon comic books or movies, when did turtles start wearing glasses? That is a stereotype.
We don't know the
that is horrible.
We don't know the function of the. I'm benefiting of the doubt. We don't know the function.
That's why I'm asking Mr. Bay and his people, give us another trailer where he ain't got these goofy glasses on. Right now, you're killing me. The only thing saving you right now is Da Vinci and Leonardo. The only two reasons that I have interest in this movie, man, because you showed me all four turtles. I'm very disappointed. I'm not the only person. Social media is very disappointed. You got to sell us, dude. And with the slate of movies that are coming out, you guys will be a drop in the bucket. I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't, you're playing it safe, come out in August to begin with, but you're going to be that turtle movie by the end of this summer if you don't have a good movie. So let me finish this lineup. I'm going to tell you about Captain America because I did see it. All the other movies coming out in August, and I'm going to stop there. You got the Expendables 3 with Wesley Snipes, baby. Ooh.
I feel like that's a rental.
Ooh, Wesley.
I do
support Wesley, baby.
I feel like it's a rental.
You might get another what's the vampire movie? What's the vampire movie he made? Come on, man. Blade, thank you. You might get a third Blade if you go out and support Wesley, dog. So he needs some money anyway. So Expendable 3 is coming out. Sin City is coming out. And that really wraps up your summer as far as movies that you and I would be interested in, and some of our geeks, nerds, perds, blurs, turds, all you other people. That's it. Captain America, saw it this past weekend. Loved it. Excellent movie. Love what they did with giving him a villain that could really give him a challenge, especially mentally and physically. Love what they did with what's Patch Eye? What's his name?
Yeah,
that dude, Samuel Jackson's character.
Man,
great movie.
Out today.
I'm gonna tell you what I didn't like, and I'm done. I hated Hawkeye. Not Hawkeye. What's his name? What's the dude with the wings, the mechanical wings?
Yeah, I looked that up.
Oh, you got me. It must be late. Anyway, I didn't care much for him. You gave him mechanical wings to begin with, and maybe that's what he's supposed to have, but he just felt like a cheap, tacky add-on to what was going to be a great movie. So,
Cap needed somebody to play off of, though. I mean, because he was a part of the Winter Soldier comic, so he was meant to be in that mode in that moment. I like the wings. I like the idea that they were, he was a part of a military group, and they used the cliche. It was a failed project. It was shut down, but he somehow kept his wings. I think that was cool. Here's my thing. I don't think it took away from the movie, and the very fact and the very idea that they didn't waste him as a character. They didn't say, okay, we're gonna bring him out and then shut him down, and you ain't gonna see him in the other movies. They left him the opportunity to still be around and to possibly show up in the Avengers or Cap 3. Because you don't have Bucky anymore, so he gotta have a sidekick.
Well, I'm not gonna say what happened to Bucky, but you know what I'm saying. But I didn't feel like he brought anything.
But he didn't take away though. I don't mind if it don't take away. It didn't take away from it.
Falcon is his name.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of it for a second. And I would love for some of you guys who are comic book fans to come in and give me your thoughts about Falcon, the way he did it. I don't know enough about Falcon, and I'm going to do some research. You know what I'm saying? Well,
what did you like about it?
Well, his wings to begin with. Did he have real wings or fake wings? Did he get them in the comic book the same way he got them in the movie? Because if he did, then there's not much I can say about it. So,
I think he had in the comics. I think he had real wings.
Yeah, and see, and I'm looking at it right now, and he had real wings. If you go
down that route, though, you going down that route. Honestly, I almost feel like now you have to explain even more how he got his wings.
Okay, I'm sorry. Didn't we just have a man turn into a big green monster?
And right. He had an entire movie dedicated to how he became a big green monster.
Again, comic books have origin stories,
and he's not that big enough character for them to.
They don't put him in a movie. If you're not going to respect his character, don't put him in a movie. You want to tell me? You want to tell me? As long as Captain America's been around, there's nobody else that could have.
So
been
you want an entire movie for Hawkeye?
No, I want a backstory on how he got his wings, other than those cheap military wings that.
That's
in the movie. In the movie, they failed him. So I don't even want to hear about.
They didn't fail him. That's just like if Thor lost his hammer, so now Thor has failed because he lost his hammer.
He could still throw his hands.
Falcon is a human. So is Black Widow. She's a human. She doesn't have these superpowers. You got to give him a little bit more fight. Cap can't do it all on his own.
In the comic books, where he get his wings from?
I don't know. I didn't even know he was a character until they started talking about him in the movie.
So I'm gonna research that so I can find out about it. But that was probably the only thing that I was kind of picking on.
Did you check out the Spider-Man?
No, I haven't checked out the Spider-Man yet.
7.5 out of 10. Everything that had to do with Emma and her character, not Mary Jane. I always want to say Mary Jane. Everything that had to do with her character was fantastic. It was amazing.
Okay.
The connection she had with Peter Parker, the love was there. It told a good story between them two.
Okay.
I feel like Electro, I don't think you almost could have had this movie without Electro if they would have took the Green Goblin and expanded his character more to fill in where Electro wasn't in there.
Okay, got you.
But that being said, they did also screw up. Jamie Foxx is a good actor, and a lot of the lines that he had in the movie were kind of cliche-ish, comic booky. I know it's a comic book movie, but it was really comic booky.
Right.
Like Spider-Man, I will kill you soon as I am free, and I have nothing else to say.
Popcorn cruncher.
Yeah, and it was like, now you talk about wasted character. They really wasted the opportunity with Electro. I get the idea where they're like, okay, we need a villain. Who we got? Electro. It's like, either give me all Electro and no Green Goblin, or all Green Goblin and no Electro.
Okay.
It wasn't cluttered. It just wasn't done right. Sometimes the pacing was off too. The pacing was a little off with that movie.
Yeah, and I wondered about that when I saw the trailer. It was like, man, how many villains does this dude have to fight in this movie, man?
See, I didn't mind that they had Rhino, Electro, and Green Goblin in the movie. The way that they played the Rhino, some people didn't like it. Like, I didn't need it. I'm like, no, I need somebody for Spider-Man to fight. I don't feel like he has to fight the same villain 3 times in a row until he wins. I don't need that. I liked Rhino. You might think he's a nuisance because he's not. He might for you be quote unquote another wasted character,
right?
But to me, I liked it. I think it was just a little bit of a breather in the moments they placed him in the movie. With Electro, where it's more comic booky is because certain things that he does in the movie, it does seem a little cartoonish. Just like, you know, how like they could do things in a cartoon and get away with it that they couldn't do in a live action movie. In this movie, they did. But it was still an entertaining movie. It wasn't like it was boring. Andrew Garfield played Peter Parker, to me, better than Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker.
Yeah, I do like the Peter Parker, the guy playing Peter Parker in this movie. I liked him in the last movie. I thought he was an excellent Peter Parker.
You would like him even better in this one. In this one, they gave him way more funnier lines.
Okay.
And his emotion really played out on the screen. And him and what is her name, man? It's not Mary Jane, but the character that Emma Stone plays.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah, it's not ringing a bell right now.
This is horrible. Now I really got to stop and Google this because now it's going to drive me crazy.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you, I actually looked up and to see how Falcon, that's his name, actually got his powers. And I see why they didn't get into the backstory because they never would have pulled it off.
And what was it?
Falcon apparently has ability to connect telepathically with birds. You know what I'm saying? So he says, I have over 6 billion pairs of eyes in the United States just from birds alone, is what he's saying. Not only that, the Red Skull increased his ability to communicate with birds, and then the Black Panther helped build a harness so he can fly. You see what I'm saying? So they had to come up with a different story.
So in the end, mechanical wings with some boosters, here you go.
Yeah, exactly.
See,
because his backstory would have been too much.
Don't be too mad, man. It'd be a reason.
I'm not. Now I'm not. I get why they did it now, but again, I didn't feel like they explained it enough. That's my thing.
It's okay. All right, Gwen Stacy. Boy,
Gwen Stacy.
That'd have killed me till I found that. Yeah. But no, it was cool. It was good. So check it out, man. If you get a chance, go matinee it. Take your son. I'm sure he'll like it. I liked it a lot.
Oh yeah,
3D was good too. I know you ain't a big 3D fan, but 3D was good in this.
3D just hurts my eyes. That's why I don't go see it. So.
Yeah, you got to sit back, put your glasses on, and then put your other glasses on.
I'm not blind, sir.
I'm not blind. I go every day without glasses, and I can read better than most people with them, so I ain't tripping.
Just messing up installations left and right.
That's it, man. That's all you got?
That's it, brother.
All right, man.
It's a good show.
Yep. I just want to thank y'all for downloading or watching on YouTube, listening on YouTube, or like I said, downloading the audio podcast to y'all cell phones, PCs, laptops, however y'all able to get a hold of it. We appreciate that. You can reach me at DaVinci2Nami on the Twitter. Where can they reach you, man?
I'm everywhere, but like Savoir Fair, baby. We're a couple of places. Again, Power Pellet Podcast, we're on Facebook. Power Pellet Podcast, we're on Twitter. Power Pellet Podcast, we on YouTube. I'm just giving you 3 sources where you can connect with us. We're posting up the shows. First 3 episodes are up on all 3 social websites. First 2. The third one will be up in a couple of days.
Yeah, we'll get this up in a couple of days. The Twitter handle, Power Pellet Pod, PODC.
I wonder if I could fix that. Is that permanent? I'm gonna have to check that out.
Nah, I don't think so. Did they not just give you enough characters, or what happened?
Yeah, I just ran out of characters.
Okay, that's cool. No, no, because if they search Power Pellet Podcast, it comes up.
It pops right back up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, we just want to thank y'all for downloading. All right, man.
We still in the beta, baby.
We're in beta. And then we get y'all listening, so y'all obviously know y'all got a hold of it, and we got it up for y'all. So I ain't even gonna say that part, but all right, man, that's it. That's all I got, man.
That ain't for me. I got one announcement. Our next episode is going to cover E3. So come back if you want to hear us talk about E3. That's it. Yep.
When we break down Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo,
and let the battles begin.
Yep. We're gonna give our opinions and what we think we might get to see. Hopefully, it'll be some good things. So we'll see.
Right. Yeah. Thank y'all for listening.
Yep. We catch y'all next time. Peace.